Today we are looking at the late Showa period Yoroi armor set. It is stunning, historically resonant masterpiece designed to make you feel like a seasoned landlord, which was then unceremoniously shoved into a discount plywood box built by a carpenter who actively hates his job. Welcome back to Respectfully It's Garbage, the only channel on the internet where we actively try to talk you out of spending your disposable income. I am your collector's advocate, and my job is simple. I take the financial bullet so your bank account doesn't have to. Usually, we spend our time dissecting overpriced hollow plastic masquerading as premium collectibles. Today, however, we are pivoting to something supposedly authentic. We are looking at the late Showa period Japanese Yoroi armor set. It boasts an impressive price tag, historical resonance, and a storage box that actively wants to give you tetanus. Let's put it on the table, break out the macro lens, and see if this ceremonial centerpiece justifies the cost or if it's just another expensive dust magnet. Two things to note here. First, modern design confirms what we already know. This wasn't forged in the fires of the Sengoku period. It was likely assembled while someone was listening to 1980s synth pop during the late Showa era. Second, it advertises scarlet lacing. Thanks to a heavy dose of UV radiation and severe sun bleaching over the decades, scarlet is now a very generous term for what is essentially a dusty, faded orange. The armor may be solid, but the lacing is having an identity crisis. Under the listing for the kabuto, the helmet, we have a 10-plate hoshibashi with domed rivets, metal kawagata antlers, circular miyadate, and face guards featuring smoked leather and flower appliques. For the shoulders, the sode, we have O-type constructed of 6 rows of tiered plate with the flower hardware and decorative silk tassels. Usually on this channel we deal with the 6-foot rule, items that look great from across the room but fail apart under scrutiny. Bizarrely, this armor does the exact opposite. From a distance, the helmet looks a bit tired, heavy, and frankly broken in the front. The shoulder guards just look cumbersome. But get the macro lens in here. Look at the bronze work. Look at the meticulous lettering on the side flaps. The intricate rope and leather detailing on the back of the sode is exceptional. It actively punishes you for not looking closer. It's a shame they gave up when they got to the back metal panels of the helmet. Apparently, warlords aren't supposed to be looked at from behind. So, the Mempo, the angry man, is with a separate nosepiece, black mustache, and a 4-tiered throat guard. The kote, or bracers, are shino type, featuring vertical metal pieces connected by Japanese mail over a purple brocade silk. The haidate thigh armor is 4 rows of plates surrounded by matching silk and smoked leather borders. The tsunate, or shin guard over here, is tsutsu type, tube shaped with large vertical metal plates and knee guards. Then we have the Mempo face mask and the kote bracers. The mask is plain from afar and somehow even plainer up close. There is a half lacquered section on the inside, which I assume is standard, or perhaps they just ran out of lacquer. The bracers and the lower leg pieces, the haidate and tsunate, are just metal plates slapped onto shiny fabric. It catches the light, sure, but the craftsmanship here is entirely uninspired. It fits the aesthetic, but it certainly doesn't elevate it. So, the door, or cuirass that we have here, is the Danjia type, which is two-piece kurass laced differently on the top and the bottom, featuring kusazuri or tassets hanging below. The obi or waistband we have here is just a simple brown silk tie. Let's talk about the main event, the do or kurass. This is the structural core of the piece. It's solid, it's heavy, but setting it up on a stand is an exercise in frustration. It pulls askew, demanding to be manhandled back into shape. The ropes and material are structurally sound, but they suffer from severe sun fading. The obi waistband is basically a discolored rope at this point. It looks entirely out of place against the black lacquer, like a dirty shoelace tying together a tailored suit. The storage box and the extras, listed as a black lacquered display box with a gold kanji for my or front or priority, plus the wooden inscription sign over here. And now we arrive at the absolute favorite part of high-end collecting, material betrayals. This is the storage box, the traditional display and storage, except it isn't traditional. It is absolute garbage. It is a cheap plywood peeling at the edges, shedding splinters every time you look at it. You pay this amount for an authentic heavy ceremonial suit of armor, and they ship it in a box that wouldn't pass a middle school's workshop class. It is an insult to the armor sitting on top of it. So, where does this leave us? The quality of the armor itself is actually highly commendable for the price and the era. It is sturdy, practical, and heavily built. If you're going to buy authentic armor, buying late Showa period over Edo period is a smart play. You just get much better condition for your money. And in a few centuries, it will be just as antique as the rest. But let's be brutally honest. Unless you plan on wearing this to the grocery store or fending off a home invasion with a katana, it is going to sit in the corner of your room, fading in the sun, acting as a very heavy, very expensive talking piece. It is undeniably cool, but it is not for everyone, and the storage box belongs in a landfill. Purportedly, it's a risk. And that concludes our autopsy of the late Showa Yoroi. It meticulously passes the reverse 6-foot rule, but unfortunately it couldn't survive its own shipping container. If this review saved you from a hefty mistake, or if you simply enjoy watching me dismantle the illusion of premium craftsmanship, do the obligatory algorithmic dance. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell if you want to be notified the next time a company tries to sell us cheap resin and plywood. It costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe, which is infinitely better value than whatever that box was made of. I'm going to go find some tweezers. I'll see you in the next one.